Hi, I'm Paul Brusso with FloridaBassFishing.us, and today I want to show you how to rig a Texas rig. It's a pretty standard rig that's been used in bass fishing for many years, over 50 years. What you basically need, of course, is your fishing line. Now, you'll take a bullet weight. I've got a small one today. We're not fishing anything really heavy. This is an 1/8 ounce weight. Nice sharp Gamakatsu. What I like to use is Gamakatsu offset worm hook. This particular one, very sharp. Good way to test the sharpness is drag across your fingernail. If it catches right away like this one does at a 45, that hook is sharp. Also, I like to peg my worm. I know a lot of fishermen have their own preference on that. But if I'm casting cover, I like to use a toothpick to peg my worm. Then finally, once you've tied your line, you need to use some clippers to clip your line. Okay, so the first thing you do is you thread the bullet weight, the line into the bullet weight. And me, I'm a little older now and don't see as good, so it takes me a little longer. There you go, with the point of the bullet weight pointing towards the rod tip. Then you take the actual hook and thread the hook with the line right through the eye, I can see. Then what I like to, my standard knot, I know a lot of people like polymers, I like to improve clinch knot. First thing to do is wet the line down a little bit so it doesn't get a burn. Monofilament, which is made out of nylon, and burns fairly easy. So a little bit of saliva will go a long ways to keep that burning from happening. And in a later video I'll go in more detail on how to do the improved clinch knot. Once you've got your knot tied and well lubricated, I always leave a little tag. I know some guys cut right up to the knot. I leave at least a 1/16, sometimes as much as 1/8 of an inch of a tag in case the knot slips a little bit. That just gives you a little more assurance that the fish won't pull the knot all the way through. Now take the hook of your trick worm and you basically go through the tip. And on a trick worm there's a flat side, and I like to, it just depends on the worm, come out through the top, and then notice how it's coming through. Once it's pulled through, you can rotate it 180 degrees so it faces it. Now notice the bend of the hook. That's approximately where you want that hook to enter the plastic of the worm. And basically you mark it with your thumb and index finger, insert, and with these offset hooks I push it all the way through. Notice it's clear of the worm, and then what you do is lift the worm up a little bit, and what it does now is it basically covers the point of the hook, barely covers it. I'll get a little covered a little more. Okay, now you've got basically a rig, worm rig that is going to be fairly weedless and be very easy to set on a hook, because it doesn't have to pull through all the plastic with this offset hook and the way I've got it rigged. Now what you do is just take your toothpick. This one obviously I use the one end. Insert it into the fat end of the bullet weight. Push it up and then break it off. And basically, notice now it stays. And what I do is just pull it down to the head of the worm. And now notice how straight the worm is. That's very important. You want a worm that's very straight. And now I've got the lead bullet weight all the way down to the worm head. Now I'm ready to go fishing. Okay, that's how you do a Texas rig for bass fishing. Okay, so if you got any questions, come to our forum at FloridaBassFishing.us. My alias is Largemouth Harold, and I'll be able to help you with any questions you may have. All right, we'll see you.